Hello there. You are welcome to the Newspaper Review here on Top TV. I'm so excited to have you join me here on this very beautiful Monday, being the 21st day of November 2022. We're so excited because the year is coming to an end, and of course, it's drawing closer and closer to a very new dispensation for our nation, Nigeria. I can't stop saying that because for me, it's a mixed feeling. Election time is close and we need to pick a new leader. We hope you're gearing up to participate in the process. You are welcome to the Newspaper Review. If this is the first time you're seeing this video, this is where we bring you details and headlines across newspapers around Nigeria. Of course, you get informed about the happenings within the last 24 hours. And of course, we would love you to also participate by dropping your comments and the reactions on the comment section. To do the news reading together with me is Mr. Victor Sioku. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much for always
sir.
making it to the program.
Thank you.
And
how was
also,
your weekend?
very fine, very fine. My weekend was, well, I say it was hectic, plenty work to do. But at the same time, I didn't miss out on the happenings. You know, PDP hosted the G5 governors here in Rivers State as a mark of the beginning of their campaigns for the governorship candidates here in Rivers State. And it was quite an event. It was quite an event. I must add that. I also followed that event. And of course, the World Cup also kicked off during the weekend. The opening ceremony was quite beautiful. My expectation for that opening ceremony was that I was going to see the video for the first time after the loss of his son. But I didn't get to see that.
Yes.
I don't know what happened, but then he didn't make it out there. So, but then besides that, the whole program was really an exciting one. So busy, yes, but then I got to follow up on one or two things. How was yours, though?
Very cool. It was a International Day for Men.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I got to, clean glasses for men over the weekend with some of my friends. When we remember that, we needed to be celebrated. Men, we have a lot on our shoulder, and once in a while we need to, celebrate.
But
us.
Did you notice that there wasn't really buzz about it than the women?
Oh yeah, when it was
Day for women.
Oh yeah, the whole world stood still.
Yeah,
but this
for
time,
men, is it that we do not really care for men, or that men are men? You know now,
Even
just like they say that a man shouldn't cry.
I will put it this way: that when it was International Women's Day, it was the men that celebrated the women. And most times, when it is now our turn to be celebrated, it is expected that it is us, the men, that will celebrate us. So we just, the ones that went out and celebrated themselves, fine. But then most of the time, our women are, you just feel that is our role that we are playing. Why are you celebrating them? But some women, I'm sure some women out there took out time to celebrate their men.
Like I got a message. I got a message from a woman that was on Saturday. Man, the message was like just checking up on me. I was like, wow. Can you imagine?
That's a good one.
My brother,
once in a while, we need all those surprises.
My brother, that message.
It means a lot.
As in, when I mean real checking out on me.
Yeah.
As in, oh my God. Come on.
I must say, I encourage you, if you're out there, if you're a woman, if you're a mother, if you're a wife, if you're a daughter or a sister, please celebrate the men around you. It takes a lot to be a responsible man. It's not easy to be a responsible man that, tends to his duties as a man, because in our climb here, it is easy to write off men because they are not meeting up. But then if you have a man around you that knows his roles and is playing them, please celebrate them. It doesn't matter whether the day of International Men has passed, celebrate them. They deserve to be celebrated. And look at the way Mr. Victor is reacting to a message.
Yes.
It meant a lot to him. It means that just thank you for being my father. Thank you for being my brother. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my lover. It goes a long way to make us feel good. So yes, we don't get celebrated every day. So, so please, we really encourage you, if you're out there, please do that. All right, the program is not just about, the Men's Day and all that happened over the weekend. It's about the news and the last 24 hours, what has happened. Please join us as we go through the papers for information about what has happened within the last 24 hours. And for today, we're going to begin our news headlines from this day newspaper for today, 22nd day of November 2022. My name is William Sabule, by the way, if I didn't mention that from the beginning. All right, let's go to this day newspaper. And the beginning here says, Oyetola bags World Bank Award, emerges best governor on efficiency of public expenditure. Details you find on page 12 of this day newspaper. If you're wondering who Oyetola is the former governor of Osun State. So yes, you need to read details to want to get to know how he is, getting this award for best governor on efficiency of public expenditure. Me too, I'd like to know that. All right, moving on to other headlines here. We see G5 governors meeting disrupted in Lagos amid chant of Atiku, Atiku, Atiku. All right, find details on this day newspaper. As the main headline here on this day, we see Kwankwaso, Kwankwaso. I'll never step down for Atiku Abubakar. Promises to renegotiate nation's debt, says APC PDP 24 years responsible for insecurity woes. Insist on restructuring, pledges to employ 2 million police, the military. NGE wants issue-based campaigns. All right, do well to pick up a copy of this day to get the details of that story. And lastly, I'll take this one. Tinubu's condolence visit to the Akandes. We see the picture of him and one of the members of that family. All right, so pick up this day newspaper. That's where you get details of all of that story. So, Mr. Victor, I'll come to you. Says Kwankwaso, so I'll never step down for Atiku. Was anybody asking him to step down?
Okay, yes, because let's face the facts. He is more like the fourth force. Okay, some person might be like he's dragging it, as in the Kwankwaso, NNPP. Okay, they are dragging it with the SDP, with the Accord Party, and the rest.
Yeah.
Okay, now there is this strong fuse going around the space that he needs to merge with a party. But he came out during the meeting with the Nigerian Guild of Editors. They were all together and in Lagos. They were all together and they were discussing about how our presenters, the people in the news media, how they should carry the news regarding to the 2023 election.
Yes,
so he came out to say, see, this buzz about him going to join the PDP, that it will never happen. Okay? More especially about now.
But he moved out of the PDP to the NNPP. So why would anybody insinuate that he would want to go back? Whatever reason that made him leave the PDP is still there. So we don't see him going back. I don't see
these three major parties are also calling for allegiance. They want to form a force. A force
to take out the APC.
So they want to come bring in any number that they can bring in. Okay, just like he was stating, as in Kwankwaso, the former governor of Kano State. We'll say that, that they could have settled all this before the closure of INEC in terms of names submission. Okay, that they could have done this way before now when INEC closed, when the doors were open for submissions of names, so that you could have then closed. But right now that he has gone too far and that he's challenging them, that they should come for a debate, okay? They should come for a debate and he will give it to them. Not the debate of they are looking for one candidate. He did not call the name of the candidate. Okay, but
all of them should come,
APC now, calling the name of Tinubu that he's supposed to show up and not sending a representative, okay? But in all, I don't think such thing will happen right now. Reason, these parties, the election is not just only about the presidential, okay? They also want to maintain the name of their party. Mind you, in the next 4 years, INEC will refresh the list and many parties will lose their ground. Because if you don't win a seat, remember what happened before now? We had about 90-something parties. Not until the rule now changed and many parties were deleted, delisted, okay? So this time around, every party, the 18 parties we have, they are pressing hard to at least win some seats. So you wouldn't want them to just collapse their structure and join a party. Then what then happens afterwards? These guys want to maintain, they want to hold on to their parties. So, but just like what, in quotes, might just happen with the Labour and the G5, as in with Wike. There might just be some spaces where these people can collaborate, but not just closing up an entire party. just because you want to support another party. I do not see that coming for the NMPP.
And just to mention, the former governor of Kano State, Kwankwaso, is currently in Rivers State commissioning internal roads in Emoha local government of Rivers State. And we hope to hear some stories. When you meet Governor Wike,
Yes.
something is likely to pop out of that kind of meeting. So he arrived here yesterday evening, and today they are already out in Emoha doing the needful. So we're all ears open to hear what the outcome of all of the commissioning. Wike doesn't just commission projects. Things come out of the commissioning of this project.
Yeah.
And Peter Obi has been here. Now we have the
Kwankwaso.
presidential candidate of the NMPP in person of Kwankwaso here in Rivers State. So we're hoping to see. All right, let's move on to other papers here. Next, we'll go to the Nigerian Tribune for today, 22nd day of November 2022. And on the Nigerian Tribune, we see here IMF recommends 15% VAT rate, other economic reforms for Nigeria. Details you find on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also see Buhari, Osibanjo, Lawan, second-term governors, orders to receive billions in severance pay. President to receive 10.5 million naira, while the VP 9 million naira. You find details on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. Moving on to the main headline, it says PDP G5 expands to Integrity Group. Says PDP, a great party. Reconciliation remains open. Our party is all about integrity. G5 position tallies with Atiku's. Campaign spokesperson. Atiku didn't fight Obasanjo. He only defended Constitution, democracy. Milaye speaking there. We will ensure the devolution of power to tackle insecurity. Okawa. Other stories here on the Nigerian Tribune. We see here again prices of cooking gas soared by 70% in October. Details you find on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. We'll also take this one. There is need to renegotiate Nigeria's huge debt. Kwankwaso speaking. 2 remaining abducted FGC Yauri students have given birth. 4 others pregnant. Parent speaking. Details is on page 27 of the Nigerian Tribune. So earlier while we were talking, you mentioned the G5 governors. All right. So here we have them saying that they have changed their recognized names to be the Integrity Group. And that happened over the weekend when Governor Wike hosted these 5 governors. And a lot of other things happened. We heard him, also go on to say stuff about the PDP current chairman and how he also, said some things about the current presidential candidate of the PDP, saying that he will not support anybody that will come on the national TV to say that some people from certain areas are not eligible to run this country. And so, like I said earlier, Governor Wike doesn't just come out in the open without saying something either controversial or saying something very, how would I put it, some very strong lines that will elicit reactions from different places. So now they have changed their name to the Integrity Group. How do you react to all of the happenings over the weekend concerning the G5 governors?
So they are waxing stronger by the day if you check it, okay? Because even, yes, they had a very big function here in Port Harcourt at the Amesi Amaka Stadium, where they officially announced the candidature of Simini Fubara running for the governorship seat in Rivers State. Okay, but something happened on Sunday. They went to Lagos. They did not just go to Lagos, they went to meet Chief Bode George. And we know that Chief Bode George is a very strong politician, a very strong,
well-respected too.
Well-respected, well-respected. So the G5 governors went there and they had a very good meeting from what happened there. And come to think of it, for the likes of Fayose to also be there, the likes of Donald Fayose, former governor of Ekiti State, Donald, former governor of Cross River State, and also Mimiko, former governor of Ondo State. They were all present. Not forgetting Jonah Jang, who is currently working for the Atiku, okay, Atiku's campaign, and he was once a governor in Plateau State. So Makinde spoke for the team, and he said that they are not going back to their words. That Ayu should step aside. Oh, that reminds me. Congratulations to Ayu. He made number 70 just over the weekend. I mean, 70. He made his 70th. He celebrated his 70th
his birthday
over the weekend. So congratulations to him. So, but going forward, you find out that these guys are not stepping down. They have changed their name, like they say, from G5 to the Integrity Group.
Yeah.
And that name, if they are very mindful of names or mindful of words, integrity carries a whole lot of thing in it, meaning that you stand by your word. Okay? So they might just prove stubborn. Integrity also comes with stubbornness, mind you.
Of course. For you to keep to your word, there are things you need to be stubborn about.
Yes. So I just don't know how they are going to do this if Ayu does not resign. Okay? And mind you, just like what's happening from the Labour Party, they are pitchy. In fact, they came out publicly to say if they have an opportunity to negotiate with the G5, why not? Even what's his name? This spokesperson of Tinubu, Femi Kayode, he also came out to make his own point that that this is also an opportunity for the APC. That he is not saying that the APC that they are not big, they are big, but every number counts.
Yeah, they need more states to support them.
Yeah, so if
they have an opportunity, add the 5 governors.
Yes, to add them to their flock. Why not? That they will deal. So, but going forward, Mr. Bule, I then now ask, what do these guys? What would they be doing if Atiku keeps staying on his ground with Ayu? What then happens? Already, in the standard of things, they are playing anti-party. Okay, so what then happens if nothing comes out from the Ayu that they do not go back and say, okay, I'm hands off on this? Mind you, the election is very close, and
so close.
If they don't settle this matter, but it's for me, it's even Uhuru, because it's late. December is almost here. January, elections are here. So good luck to them. But I don't know. It's still very, very tough, because you now wonder, what tactics do these guys? What do they really want? How would they also regain their states? Because they still need they still need to hold on to their states. So what then happens?
Over the weekend, I also heard former governor of Edo State, in person of Adams Oshomole, making a commentary when he was saying that he was trying to mock the PDP, saying that they have lost 5 governors, and that the APC, they have 23 states in their, on their side, and then the PDP has just 7, and they are still battling with 5 governors that are working against them, that they don't stand a chance. And from what you just said now, it looks to me like they're beginning to look that way. And every time the G5 governors keep saying that we are open for negotiation, I'm sure they are not just making that comments to just the PDP. They probably are saying that to any other party that is ready to give them what they are asking for, and then they will just probably ride behind them. But we are all open, we are looking, we are watching. They are, every day they go out there, they make themselves very relevant. They are always in our faces.
Yes.
In fact,
and they're making the buzzes. Once they talk, everybody carries it.
It seems to me as if they know exactly how to get what they are looking for. They are in all our faces. Every time, if Wike is not talking, you hear about the G5, they're in the UK, they're in France, they're doing one thing or the other. So they are making themselves very relevant, believe it or not. Some people say that they are going to fade away after a while. Atiku is going to go about his campaign and win Rivers State. Personally, in my own opinion, I don't see that happening easily. It's going to be quite a battle, and I really am waiting to see the outcome of how the G5 is going to end, if they are going to really get what they are asking for, or they are going to prevent the PDP candidate, Atiku, from winning his election in Rivers State, in Abia State, in Oyo State, and Benue State, and as it were. So we're hoping to see how this will play out. But we just hope that there's an easy resolve somewhere. All right. We're going to go on with our papers. The last papers will be the Daily Sun, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go right into the Daily Sun newspaper for today, 22nd day of November 2022. You stay tuned. We'll be right back. Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
All right, welcome back from that very short break, and thank you so much for staying with us on the newspaper review. We're still here taking the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria, and we're still going to take our last paper for the program today, and that will be the Daily Sun for today, the 22nd day of November. And from the top part of that paper, it says here, why we endorsed Peter Obi by Ohaneze. Story is on page 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Also, excitement as World Cup begins in Qatar. Excitement as World Cup begins in Qatar. That's on page 29 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Yes, military gets order to tame terrorists before elections. We've been directed to stop criminals and gunmen from disrupting polls. Soldiers speaking there. Stories on page 6 of the Daily Sun. Other stories here, we see protests as not get lion's share in NAS. New appointments. You find details on page 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Also, I'll take this one. It says, insecurity. Employment will determine how rural Nigerians will vote. Survey. Speaking. You'll find details on page 6 of the Daily Sun newspaper. All right, Mr. Victor, let me come to you. Over the weekend, we had the opening ceremony of the World Cup. I don't know if it's creating as much buzz as it should be creating right now, but then I was really excited to watch the World Cup first match and the opening ceremony again. It's been quite a while, and unfortunately this year, Nigeria is not participating in the competition, but I think it will be as exciting as it will always be every other year. How do you say, what do you say?
From Nigerian point of view, I don't think it will be exciting for us here. I don't think so. Although, yeah, as much as it should
used to be, yeah.
Okay. I can remember 4 years ago, man. Oh, come on. But where? It has happened. It has happened, okay?
Yes, it has. But we have Ghana, too. Ghana is also participating, and they are like our, arch rivals, yes. But then, of course, they are our closest here in West Africa, and they have made it.
They were the ones that
they knocked us out. Yeah. So I won't blame them. We weren't prepared enough. I always say that it's the best team that wins the match. It's not about whether you have the best players and all of that. If you don't prepare well, you will not make it there. And Ghana has made it, and they have their first match today, and I'm hoping to see how the performance would look like. But we had Ecuador play the host community, the host country, that is Qatar, yesterday. It's quite an exciting match, even though I don't know whether the hosts were scared of getting into the game head on. They slacked a bit, and then Ecuador took advantage of that, and they scored the first 2 goals and defended it all through the match. We're hoping to see more matches.
Okay, sorry. So something happened during the game, the first game, that they scored. Ecuador scored the first offside. They scored an offside goal. So when they scored that goal, and after all the celebration, we now saw the ref listening to the VAR guys. So one of my friends said, "Hey, they're telling him, Qatar president is telling him $1 million, $1 million, call off that goal."
But then
But
but
yeah,
of course,
it was an
and there was
offside.
the rumor that, oh yes, Qatar may want to bribe Ecuador to allow them win just one match because they won't be able to stand against their opponent. But in
Yes.
football, you don't assess football in that way. I don't think anybody's an underdog in football. The
Mm-hmm.
people you grade as an underdog may surprise you
Yes.
in a football match. So I think they might just have a chance at winning in their next two matches. But for now, it's the opening match. This is like the first time in a long time. I'll be the first time they are making it to the World Cup. So
Mm-hmm.
the anxiety is there, and the teams on their group they are very big teams. So of course the anxiety will be there. But in the second half, if you watch the game, they came back strong and they had a lot of attempts at goal, which wasn't the case in the first half. They were playing a bit like the underdogs in the first half. But then we hope to see more interesting matches like that. And I hope our viewers, you too, follow up with the matches at the World Cup. Other stories here on Daily Sun I'd like us to talk about is the story of the military being ordered to tame terrorists before the yellow tide comes up. Well, we've been hearing this kind of orders in the past. Do you think this is different?
It's not different. It's the usual thing. How would they be telling us that the government has given them orders?
To
Come on,
tame
come
terrorists
on,
before the
come
elections,
on. All those
before the
are
early
mere
tides and all of
rhetorics.
that. Yes.
Mere rhetorics. We already know that. No, if they are not the ones to tame them, am I the one going to tame them? Is it not their job?
It
Come
is
to
their
think of
job,
it.
yeah.
So to me, this is just mere rhetorics. Yes, but INEC has suffered so much brutality in the hands of terrorists,
Criminals,
vandals,
yeah.
thieves, criminals. Oh, and you just begin to wonder how will they be able to run this election smoothly if their buildings are being destroyed, their equipment are being carted away, their staff are being assaulted. How will this happen? How will the election go on? But that's to also tell you that, see, Nigeria has so much deteriorated. That is the reason why we are seeing things like this. In the same country, not just be talking about this. People are, come on, people are so busy to be going to attack their election organization organization. So that's to tell you that many Nigerians, one, are out of work. Okay. Secondly, the level of criminality is just so high.
It's
So
going
we
higher
now
by the day.
get situation whereby a criminal that's supposed to go and be looking out for money is now scattering government institutions. So
it's an unfortunate
times,
situation,
man.
yes.
Troubling times.
Just like we established, we've heard orders like this, oh, tame them here, tame them there. Well, it doesn't get to happen most of the time. It just ends at being an order to the military hierarchy, and they try their best though. But always it looks as if these terrorists and criminals are always overwhelming them, which shouldn't be the case. This year, well, the elections are here. We expect them to do their job, protecting lives and property, especially the electoral officers that are going to be conducting these elections. We well know that some elections will not hold in certain areas because of very heightened security threats in those places. But at the same time, the areas that can hold these elections should be secured and not be let off guard for these unscrupulous elements to perform these things that prevent Nigeria from moving forward, because we need to get to the next level. We need these elections to hold in different parts of the country, void of any intimidation or obstructions. We don't need it. So the military should step up to their responsibility in protecting lives and order. Same goes to the police and all other security agencies that have been earmarked for things like this. But this is where we're going to bring our analysis to an end. Mr. Victor, I want to thank you.
Thank you,
We spent
sir.
a lot of time.
Thank you, sir.
But then I want to thank our VIPs, our viewers. You guys are the best. Thank you for staying with us up to this time. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow for another episode of the News Super Review, where we bring you the headlines fresh and hot. Till next time, my name is William Sabule. See you and stay safe.